Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Hope you guys are all doing quite well. Got a sort of a raw kind of review for Forza Horizon, as well as I want to talk about some DLC, as well as a topic, evolving racism. So, mind you, I'm not an activist, so anyway. Okay, first things first. Horizon. Forza Horizon, that is. Now, the game itself is a mixture of arcade and simulation because there's options toggled in the options menu, but kidding aside, it's a mixture of both. It has a lot of diverse big maps. I mean, not anything special. There's pretty much a straight, narrow line where you can go explore and do different things in there. I think that's quite nice. Nice fresh take of Forza, even though it's technically like a Burnout Paradise in a degree, but Burnout Paradise was just fun overall. Really enjoyed that one. This one's just as good too. Actually, it's quite nice. It's exclusive to the 360, and I gotta say I like the customization of cars. I like the fact you can upgrade, tune, and do all kinds of things with them. Looking around for these barns for these special little vehicles, these vintage ones, these like newish ones. All are very cool. I mean, and on top of that, you got these little things you can look around and destroy, and you gotta, you could drift and all that in this game, which I'm just excited about. I was just like ecstatic because every time you add drifting into a racing game, I lose my damn mind. I'm like, yes, I don't have to crash now, and just it's pretty much overall it's a fun game. There's some problems to it, such as the vinyl customizer. As I say that, a lot of people say, "Yo, there's nothing wrong with it, just something wrong with you." What? Okay, so as I explain my case like it's some sort of Perry Mason on crack here. Alright, the first thing that I've disliked about the customizer, the vinyl disc customizer, while you could be very detailed with it and pull out some really cool things with it, at the same time it's a very tedious process because you have to use your gamepad. Now the gamepad does not like to move 100 really fast at all. It's like it takes sweet ass time, so therefore you're stuck in this limbo where you're trying to build a small thing and it takes forever. And versus a mouse, and I'm not saying there's some sort of magical, PC mastery situation here, but the mouse would have been so much more easier. I mean, come on guys, take a playbook from freaking Nintendo with their, Mario Paint. They could have at least added a feature, at least for some mouse or something like that, to allow you to move your mouse, drag and drop icons, or the decals or whatever else. That would have made that so much more easier. Heck, even a PC application that you can access from some specific server that at least Microsoft, or what was it, Turn 10 and what else? Playground Games could have been implemented and put it on the PC, so that way you can save it, put it on a flash stick, and upload it onto your 360, where it would be a specific file that the game would pick up and see and allow you to put it onto your hard drive, integrate it into the game and be able to put it on your car. That would have been much more cooler, I think. But I mean, it's not a bad program, or it's not a bad vinyl customizer, but again, they could have done a lot of more approaches to it. It would probably been a lot more easier for more people. Yes, it's very diverse, don't get me wrong. 1,000 layers to play with. Cool. Fantastic. Big thumbs up. I had to make that child approved, so I put my thumb up only. So that way, parents with their kids watching this video will be like, "That's not a thumb." But anyway, dirty joke. Touch my nipples. Anyway, so yes, overall, cool game. Some of the features are cool, but again, the biggest disappointment for me was the customizer and the slingshot when it comes to races. I mean, if you can't make an intelligent AI to at least be where it's somewhat fair, other than just being monotonously BS, then what's the point of making an AI for a car anyway? Now, what I'm talking about is slingshotting, which the car would just one point be all the way in the back of the map. They're driving as top speed as they can go. They're still not going past you. Then 3 seconds later, already in front of you, like 50 yards ahead of you. And this is like almost impossible because you're going the top momentum that was keeping them away from you in the first place. So you sit there with this quantum theory in your brain going, what the hell just happened? Then you realize it. crappy AI. So they therefore use slingshots, go foop, around the corner, and they're already past you. And there's no, oh, that just makes it more fun and challenging. For badly, lazily coded pro AI, yep, you're right. It makes it more challenging. You know, if you progress forward and you won, what's the point, right? I'll be in third place. That's okay, AI. You just do a cheap thing. Remind you though, when I get my DLC to do my slingshot, I don't want to hear you crying, AI. I don't want to hear you crying. But yep, pretty good. Now I'm all getting nasally now. All the crap is sort of going up my nose. But next thing I'd like to talk about is the Battlefield 3 DLC, which is Aftermath. Now a lot of people are like, oh, modern shooters, oh, you know, they're just pretty much, they're pulling out their breathalyzers now as they speak because they're ready to shoot the bottle straight. But as far as I'm concerned, Battlefield 3 is a lot more original than Call of Duty at the moment. I mean, yes, there was games that were not very good, such as Medal of Honor, but those are not Battlefield 3, or Battlefield 2, or Battlefield 1943, which was good, or 1942, which was good, and as well as Battlefield 2, which was good. I just don't care for it too much. Don't hate me for that. And yeah, I overall think that, you know, the new DLC that came out was actually quite refreshing. It has a lot of vertical maps. It has this new expo, which is pretty cool. I unlocked all the attachments to that already. I unlocked a scope. It was overall a good experience. I'm still playing the maps right now. I'm getting a lot better at the maps because I'm learning them. I have these like cool marketplace one. They have this palace, which is all destroyed. This big ass building, which is like a market center, and they have these like, new skins for the characters. So they're all brand new looking. It's awesome. I think they put a lot of good effort into that. The bow, on the other hand, is really cool. Like, this is something where it doesn't feel like it's overpowered, but it feels like it has a Swiss Army knife capacity to it. And it's not a main weapon, it's not a primary, it's not a secondary, it's a gadget. Which, if you're using, for example, the engineer or something like that, you could actually swap the X-bow out for one of your existing gadgets. For the medic, it's obviously the medic pack. I'm sorry, the assault, it's the medic pack, rather, excuse me. I don't want to be politically incorrect here. And you pretty much use the X-bow. It has a scanner bolt, which if you hit a certain area, it shows all the enemies around the area you shot at. And it's really cool. You have the explosion one. They have this balanced bolt, which is it's cool. You got to be really precise with it at first. So you probably most likely use the scoped X-bow, or I mean the red dot sight one is pretty decent as well. But again, it's more of a scoped kind of bolt. And then there's a primary bolt, which is pretty decent too. Overall, I mean, the DLC is worth getting it if you're looking to get that one. And that one's pretty good. The Back to Carland is pretty... I just called it Carland, didn't I? Well, we'll call it Carland for now. And Close Quarters is pretty good. The Armored one is not very... It's not that great. It's okay. I like the maps are huge and cool, but they're not... It just isn't... I'm not a huge vehicle guy. I like doing the ground unit stuff. I like doing that kind of thing. I mean, I don't mind driving a van here and there, but again, it's not... I like doing the objective kind of thing versus running around the vehicle. You just suck and die a lot. Anyway, so next thing I want to talk about is racism. Now, everyone knows it's a dry subject, absolutely. A lot of people still linger on this like some sort of self-righteous scapegoat. I mean, sometimes the cause is always never the problem. And what happens most of the time is most people just play the card like it's something that is like a flute. Where every single time they see the big bad wolf, they go, you know, they just play the flute, which is a really bad flute sounding there just now. I'm not going to whistle and ruin microphones in this house. So, yeah. It's really overplayed, honestly, and when I see it on the news, like some sort of article or whatever, I just shake my damn head, because it's sad. Most people, I think, who are being racist, who are straight up, that's their opinion, sure, but at the same time, you know, keep your own opinion to yourself kind of a scenario. That's just how it is. I mean, if you don't like a minority, or you don't like anyone who is a diverse, different culture, then you get over it. If you're confused because you don't understand why they're on the earth, or you don't understand why they're around, get over it. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, I'm not here to find every race and say they're bad. I'm not. Who the hell does that? I don't nitpick people like that. You know, I have a lot of friends who are different cultures, which is awesome. I love that fact. It means, you know, I'm learning about new cultures every day. You know, I'm learning new things, you know, which I wouldn't normally know about from my perspective. I mean, I'm not saying because I'm white, it's because I'm in America, you know. It's just like me meeting someone from India, get to introduce me to them. They teach me a little bit about their culture. I learn. You know, same thing with Germany, same thing with Australia, you know, Baghdad, wherever else. Japan. I mean, heck, Luke Morris won. Caucasian guy, right? Lives in Japan, but at the same time, because he's in that specific location, he's teaching us some new things about that culture. We're learning new things and everything like that in between. Same with the UK. I would never learn half the little slingo and lingos that the UK has without actually watching a video and watching how they, you know, how they talk, and you know, it's interesting. I mean, you see, and of course, America. Everyone looks at America like they're a bunch of fat, obese people, which most people are. But it isn't the demographic. I mean, a lot of obesity, sure. A lot of lazy cooking, sure. But at the same time, what country doesn't have that nowadays, right? But anyway, yeah, back on the subject when it comes to racism. I don't care for it. Yeah, I think it's sort of a lazy way to look at people. And that's honestly the truth. It's just a lazy, self-righteous thing to do. I mean, when people also do the race card when there's like nothing to be, you know, just to be upset about, then what the hell's the point? I mean, just because some person gets angry with you, they think it's because it's an attack on their race or sex or religion or whatever else. And, you know, it just, to me, is really stupid. I mean, granted, you got these people who are legitimately racist, which is, it's really acidine. You got these people who pretend like this person, or assumes this person's being racist because they're a different culture. That, of course, is them being racist themselves, saying that this person's attacking them. I mean, it's a vicious cycle, I would say. And, you know, while I'm not the type of guy to go out of my way to make fun of someone's culture, I mean, unless I know the person personally and they know I'm completely kidding and they want me to joke like that, sure, I'll throw a light one out there like, what was the joke? Shoot, there's one joke I had, it was very, very mild, but it was, shoot. See, that's the thing about my memory too nowadays. It's like, it fades me. It was a joke, it wasn't as bad though. Can't remember it, then it must not have been important. But, you know, I was joking around with my friend. He was throwing some, you know, some white guy jokes at me, and I threw some, like, I think it was some jokes at him. It was playful banter. We know we weren't being serious. I'm never serious about those type of jokes anyway. I mean, it's obvious. If you can't take a joke, then you gotta reassess your social skills. And granted, social skills are not granted when it comes to, you know, being full-on racist. Absolutely not. But at the same time, if you can learn to adapt to the world and overcome stupid minor things, because racism nowadays, I think, is a stupid minor thing, where it's something that it can't be obliterated because people are still going to think that way no matter what. But it's something we gotta just look at and go, the hell with that. I mean, yes, I understand all the past, but you know what? It is the past. That's just it. If you keep on dwelling on the past, it doesn't make you a better person. Do we learn from these demos, these examples? Absolutely. We learn not to be like that. That's true. That's that part of the history you keep. But past that, you just don't hang on to it. You just don't dwindle. Because it didn't happen to you, it isn't happening to you, get over it. I mean, if someone is legitimately being racist to you because whatever race you are, sure, you have a problem then. But past that, if you think every Caucasian, every, you know, Chinese, every person in the world is putting you down because of your race, get over it. It's words. They're not doing anything to you, they're just saying it. It doesn't make them any better than you. So with that said, I'm going to go and play a little bit of Forza Horizon, try to customize a car, hopefully this time around. Trying to make a caricature, pardon the French, and that's not even French. Whatever. Touch my nipples. And play a little bit of Battlefield 3, as well as watch a couple of movies and eat some dinner. So again, I hope this subject did not be offensive to you guys at all. That really wasn't the, approach of the said video. It was really just trying to look at the situation in a third-party perspective, as well as talk about a couple objects of video game nature. So again, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and has anyone in the past legitimately, I do mean legitimately, been racist to you, or have you seen these acts been happening before you and you either stepped in or just watched like, these people are idiots? But but anyway, guys, take it easy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Oh, no.